Okay, what is the logic behind saying that the instrumental, the material and the intelligent or the sentient cause is one and one alone? What's the logic behind it? Why do Hindus believe that in the first place? That's the question. Is that the question?
Why can we what that is the reason for that?
Yeah. It's been in the scriptures. We know there is three bases of belief. One is called Shruti, one is called Yukti, and the third is called Anubhuti. Okay, remember these if you can, because they are nice, similar sounding names. So you'll be able to remember. Shruti, Yukti, and Anubhuti. What is Shruti? The scriptures say that so. That is one. And for these things, the scriptures are the valid means so. Okay, that's one. Yukti means by logic. By your own understanding and logic, you come to those conclusions, those beliefs. And third is the Anubhuti, the realizations of great sages and saints like Pujya Gurudev, who validate this knowledge and say, yes, it is like that. Their own inner experience of the supreme truth and all these beliefs. Have you all understood? What are the three ways that you come to these conclusions, these beliefs? What are they? Shruti means what? The scriptures. Yukti means logic. And the third is what? Anubhuti. Not your and my Anubhuti. Whose Anubhuti? Vidvat Anubhuti. The realizations of great saints like Pujya Gurudev. He validated all that was said. He says, yes, this is true. Yes, that's the way it is. Yes, God is the material cause, this cause, that cause, etc. I know it. Okay? So therefore, it's called Shruti, Yukti and Anubhuti. These three ways that now, let me give you a logic. Because we are all like, give me a reasoning, give me logic, okay, fine, tell you one. Now, I haven't finished the answer. I haven't finished the answer. No? I'll finish this answer and then I'll take whatever other questions. You want to know? It's a philosophical discussion. Is it okay? Why is the material this? Supposing these were three different causes. Just imagine. What will happen? Someone else makes the material. Okay. Now who made the material? So we say X made the material. Right? So he's greater than God. Why? First of all, he's got the power to make material. This poor God can't make the material. He can only, after the material is made, make something. Fine? So God gets limited. You get the point? Now, in the beginning we say there was nothing and nothing but the truth before creation. Okay? So if at all anything has to be made, it has to be made from the truth. Okay? Then you say, how do you say in the beginning there was nothing but the truth? Okay, fine. I'll have to go into a little philosophy, but I guess it's okay. Can one of the things of the world, be the cause of the world? जगत की एक वस्तु क्या जगत का कारण हो सकता है? हाँ तो क्यों? ना तो क्यों? Can a thing of the world, a part of the world, be the cause of the world, the ultimate cause of the world? If yes, why? If no, why? Just saying yes and no is not enough. Can a part of the world be the ultimate cause of the world? If yes, why? If no, why? So, why? Why? So, say it more. So, you're saying the same words, right? Say it in different words. Come on. Huh? Very good, very good. Right? If you say it's a part of the world, it's already an effect. And that's not the ultimate cause. It can be one of the cause, but it cannot be the ultimate cause. Good. Anyone else?
Hariom.
I was actually thinking that why can't the cause reside within the world itself? You will see a contradiction.
That's what I'm saying. Why not? I'm asking this why. If yes, why? If not, why? That's exactly my question.
I think yes, because every part of Jagat is Brahma. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. So this is also Brahma, book is also Brahma, everything is Brahma. Which is created from Brahma is everything is Brahma. Brahma is creator.
So what? So what? After so what? I don't accept Brahma as the cause. So
Then it is a part of world.
if a thing of the world is the ultimate cause of the world, if a part of the world is the cause, why? How?
I have some doubt it. I could not clarify it.
Right. That's right. The part cannot be the whole. But what has that to do with it being the cause, ultimate cause of the world? Yes.
For instance, we are part of this world. So humans have created the base and foundation. And this can't be the ultimate cause, it can be one of the causes.
Yes, I'm asking about the ultimate cause. Can a part of the world be the ultimate cause of the world? If yes, why? If no, why?
Can I say an example?
Yes.
Then water. The reason our planet sustains it is because there's water. So that will be one of the causes.
One of the cause. I'm asking the ultimate cause. Ultimate cause means the cause of all causes.
Part of the world and it exists because the world exists.
Fantastic. Good thinking. Right, wonderful. If it say that part of the world is the cause of the world, it will only exist if the world exists. So it's got dependent existence. Something which has dependent existence, how can it be the ultimate cause? Fine, wonderful. Anything else?
Why must it be dependent on the world?
Yeah, because it's part of the world. Because the world exists, then the part can exist, right? The part cannot exist without the whole. The effect is the various form of cause. So what has that to do with anything? So why is it not the ultimate cause? Yes, so one of the effect cannot be the cause of all. Right, why? Okay, fine. Now, imagine, just for the sake of thinking, that this stage is the entire universe. There's nothing apart from it existing. Okay? Imagine, just for the sake of thinking. So it has the mind, it has this board, it has a small little this, it has this, it's for a glass and all this stuff. Okay? What's there? This is the entire universe. Now can I say this is the cause of this whole thing? Remember, there's nothing other than that, okay? Can I say this is the cause of this whole thing? Can I say that? Why not? They all give the explanation. Now it becomes a little easy to understand because now you can think. This is the ultimate cause of this whole thing. Why? Because A, we are asking the cause of the whole thing. So we are asking the cause of this as well. Have you understood this? Because it's part of the whole thing. It's not apart from the whole thing. So we are asking the cause of this and this and this, of everything put together we are asking the cause. Okay? So we are asking the cause of this also. So we can't say this is the cause of this. Okay? It's not possible for the same thing to be. Now, if you have understood this, a very, very stark conclusion which can shock the entire scientific world, and you also wonder what is everyone thinking now, the conclusion that comes, and think more also, there's a lot of logic behind this thing that I'm saying. It's not just one logic. Imagine if you say that one of the things of the world cannot be the ultimate cause of the world. Can you imagine the conclusion? All scientists say that matter is the cause of the world, or energy is the cause of the world, or Big Bang is the cause of the world. Anything, it is not possible. Get the point? Ultimate can't be the ultimate cause. This can be an immediate cause. For that you have to find one more cause. For that you have to find one more cause. Are you understanding that thing? So one of the things of the world cannot be the cause of the world. Now comes a very, very interesting, I don't know how we got into all this philosophy. And now, shall I complete the logic? Yes, it's very interesting. If you come 1 minute, I have not finished my... I am not 8 minutes बेटा, मेरे को खत्म करने दो, उसके बाद में आपका सवाल आएगा तो हिंदी में भी समझाए सर, ठीक है, हिंदी में भी समझाएंगे। अब मेरा खत्म नहीं हुआ बेटा, मेरा आंसर खत्म नहीं हुआ। He's standing up for a pause. Okay, so we are just making a circle. Okay, fine. I thought you had a question, so that's okay. Fine. अच्छा हम हिंदी में बोलें। देखिए जगत की एक वस्तु जगत का कारण नहीं हो सकती, क्योंकि हम वो जगत की एक वस्तु का भी कारण पूछ रहे हैं, ठीक है? तो जब हमको पता चलता है कि जगत की एक वस्तु जगत का कारण नहीं है, one of the things in the world is not the cause of the world, then we ask what is this ultimate cause of the world? If it's not the part of the world, if it's not anything of the world, what is the cause of the world? Now, what is the world is the next question we must logically ask. Then we know we have to take out everything what is called world, and then what remains must become the cause of the world. Have you all understood this logic? Yes? Because one of the things of the world is not the cause of the world. So first let's find out what is the world. जगत क्या है पहले वो निश्चय करें, फिर हम जगत से अलग कोई चीज है जो जगत का कारण है वो हमें पता चलेगा। Have you understood this point? Or is it too much? जरा कोई हाँ ना जोर से बोलो। हाँ means to what? समझ में आया? Then let's not do that. It's fine. Now, जगत क्या है? जगत क्या है? एकदम जगत क्या है? देखो कोई भी जगत की कोई भी वस्तु के 3 चीज होते हैं। There are 3 things to the world. One is a name, like this is a watch. Then one is a form to the name, right? And this particular form and the name has some qualities. Okay? Nama, Rupa or Guna. Name, form with what? Qualities. These 3 things are there anything in the world. Is it okay? Nama, Rupa, Guna. Name, form, quality. Is it okay? Now, my next question that I'm going to leave you with this and not answering is time and space a part of the world or not a part of the world? Not a part of the world? World exists in time or space, or time, space is the world? Our understanding of world sometimes is only some globe or something, isn't it? So what is time and space? Is it a part of the world or is it not a part of the world? It's not a part of the world. Then where is it? Outside the world. It's part of the world.
It's used to locate the world. It's used for locating the world. Used for locating the world.
It's used for locating. So is it a part of the world? It's out of the world. It's beyond the world.
Beyond the world.
So world means what? Some gross objects. Can there be an existence of the world without time and space? Okay, can there be material or objects without time and space? Can there be time and space without objects? Yes? Can there be space without objects? Yes? 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 Don't say this much space is here without, there is one object, there is one object, there is in between no space. But because there is one this and that, so you have already the very fact that you have marked this much space is without objects proves the existence of what? This object and this object. Have you all understood that or not? You got this point or you didn't get it? So Amity, what has all this got to do with Hindu culture? talking time-space objects. And Bhagwan is left somewhere also. No, it's not that. Time, space and objects is equal to world. Space cannot exist without objects. Objects cannot exist without space. Space and objects cannot exist without time, believe me. We have to think, if I go into all this now, I'll have to go into deep philosophies and all that, we'll never get into the topic. But I'm just giving you these facts. Think for yourself as and when you want. I could give logic for everything, it's going to take a lot of time, that's the only thing. You understand? And I'll never get to my topic which I want to complete. So therefore, time, space and objects is equal to world. हिंदी में बोलते हैं देश, काल और वस्तु वही जगत है. जगत क्या है? देश, काल और वस्तु. और वस्तु में क्या है? नाम, रूप, गुण. वस्तु किससे बनी हुई है? नाम, रूप, गुण. What's the object made of? Name, form and with qualities. Okay? So what is the world? Yeah, what is the world? Objects with name, quality, name, form and qualities in time and space. This is called world. There cannot be anything outside of this thing. Okay. Now, we say the cause of the world is something other than the world. Now, what is the world? Time, space, objects. So therefore, whatever is the cause of the world, we don't know what it is. Whatever is the cause of the world must be timeless, spaceless, objectless. Is that understood? Yes? देश, काल और वस्तु जगत है, तो इससे अलग जो कारण है जगत का, वो क्या होना चाहिए? अदेश, अकाल, अवस्तु. समझ आया? तो इस अदेश, अकाल और अवस्तु को ही ब्रह्म कहते हैं, आत्मा कहते हैं, सच्चिदानंद कहते हैं, ईश्वर कहते हैं. That nameless, formless, qualityless, objectless entity, because we can't call it a form, we call it a name. That entity is called Brahman, truth, Ishwar, Atma, etc., etc. That divine one, supreme truth, etc., etc. Have you all understood now? Somehow we just come to this conclusion. Anyway, first I was thinking of reserving it for a little time, but now we have got this. So that entity is the ultimate cause of the world. Now, if that entity is the nameless, formless, infinite, because it is timeless, spaceless, it is infinite. So, if that alone exists, if the world comes out, it has to come. The instrument, the material, intelligence, everything must come from it alone. Have you all understood now the logic? The question that you asked was what? How can you understand that God is the material, instrument and the intelligent cause of the world? Because in the beginning of creation, that entity alone existed. सृष्टि के पहले क्या था? अदेश, अकाल, अवस्तु, तत्व ही था. तो उसी में से जो भी मटीरियल है वो भी उत्पन्न हुआ, जो इंटेलिजेंट कॉज है वो भी वही थे, क्योंकि और कुछ था ही नहीं. इसीलिए that is the cause of the world. We went into a philosophy because I just wanted to keep it at this is the belief. Go ahead, but then you ask why, I have to give you an explanation. Okay, fine. I think our time is up right now. Tomorrow, as soon as you come, we'll go to the, because you have lots of questions which I'm really happy about, and I think we'll avoid very philosophy questions. Because if you want, and I don't mind going into anything. But my dear, last question, we leave it tomorrow. Okay. Because time is up. No other reason. There will be people waiting for us. No other reason. I don't mind going on for an hour or two more, but we're already running a little bit. Okay. So we start a little early. Okay. Then comes we do our questions. We start. Okay. पूर्णमदः